My beloved child. The air shifted in silence when your name nearly slipped from their memory. They were seconds away from erasing you, as if you had never mattered. But then, something unexpected reached their ears, a whisper, a revelation that you were no longer the same. That single truth stopped them cold. The same people who once dismissed you, who were ready to write you off, suddenly leaned forward with curiosity. Because what they heard about you wasn't ordinary, it was powerful, shocking, and impossible to ignore. They tried to hide their surprise, but inside, their hearts shook with disbelief. A part of them wondered how you transformed so silently, so secretly, without them noticing. And yet, here you are, standing in strength they never thought you'd hold. The memory of you returned like a flame rekindled, burning brighter than ever before. They can no longer look away, for your presence now commands their attention. The very idea of forgetting you vanished the moment they realized the truth. Type Amen 333 to receive your blessing. They heard that you were rising, against all odds, into a place they could never reach. This revelation pierced their pride, because the story they built about you was falling apart. The world they thought they controlled could no longer contain you. They wanted to bury your name in silence, yet it echoes louder than their whispers. They see people speaking of you, honoring you, lifting you into conversations they cannot stop. Every word they hear about you breaks their old judgment into pieces. They are stunned that the same person they underestimated is now the one being recognized. The one they cast aside is now the center of the stage. And though they tried to forget, destiny made sure your name would find its way back to their minds. The shift has begun, and nothing can silence it now. Your story is spreading, carried by winds that no human hand can control. You are remembered, and more than that, you are being elevated. Type Amen 444 to unlock your blessing. They heard that you were chosen for something extraordinary. That the gates once closed are opening, not with hesitation, but with power. And suddenly, they cannot escape the thought of you. It is haunting them, the image of you standing strong, stepping into doors they once blocked. They wanted you invisible, but instead, you became undeniable. And what they heard is only the beginning. The message of your transformation is racing through every corner where your name once was mocked. Each whisper grows louder, like thunder rolling across the skies. They can't cover their ears, because the truth has already sunk deep. They were about to forget, but now they remember more than ever. Not the broken version of you. Not the fragile soul they once knew. But the unstoppable force you've become. Type Amen 555 to seal your blessing. My beloved child. They sit in silence now, unable to process the truth they heard about you. The very sound of your name, once ordinary, now carries weight beyond explanation. They thought they could escape your memory, but the universe did not allow them to forget. They heard whispers of blessings tied to your journey. They heard of the strength you carry that no storm could break. And those whispers turned into a roaring message they could not deny. Your name now lives in rooms where it was once mocked. People are speaking of you with awe, respect, and quiet admiration. And those who almost erased you are forced to hear the sound of your triumph. Every detail of your story has reached ears that once pretended you did not matter. They were about to close the chapter on you, but destiny wrote an entirely new page. A page that shines brighter than all their doubts. Type Amen 666 to receive your blessing. They heard that you are not standing in shadows anymore. You are stepping into places where your light cannot be ignored. And this truth shakes them more than anything else. Because they never expected you to rise this high. They never believed you would carry such strength within you. And yet, your rise has become the very story they cannot stop hearing. Their hearts are unsettled, for the news of your victory has spread too far to be silenced. Every step you take leaves an imprint they cannot erase. And the thought of you continues to chase them, night after night. The whispers of your name have become echoes in their mind. They can't turn away, for the story of your transformation has already pierced their silence. You are remembered in ways they cannot control. Type Amen 777 to claim your blessing. My beloved child. They are restless because they realize they lost their chance to define your story. They cannot control how others see you anymore. They cannot bury what has already bloomed. They heard of your blessings arriving faster than expected. They heard of miracles unfolding in your path, one after another. And their disbelief turns into fear, for they realize your destiny is unstoppable. Every person who once overlooked you is now confronted with the truth. They cannot look away, for the evidence of your transformation is everywhere. You are no longer the same soul they thought they knew. The moment they heard of you, regret filled their hearts. Regret for forgetting, regret for doubting, regret for letting you slip from their grasp. Because now, they see what they will never have again. Type Amen 888 to unlock your blessing. My beloved child. The sound of your name has started traveling through places you never stepped into. They wanted you erased, forgotten like a shadow that fades at sunset, but instead, your name is rising like the morning sun. The moment they heard what you've become, their hearts sank under the weight of disbelief. They thought you would remain broken, but instead, you are stronger than ever. They thought you would remain silent, but now your voice is echoing in corners they never imagined. And no matter how they try to cover their ears, the sound of your victory keeps finding them. The truth is, your presence cannot be hidden anymore. What was meant to be secret is now shining like a beacon. And those who once looked down on you are now the ones looking up. Their fear grows, because what they heard about you is not just survival, it is transformation. They cannot grasp how you crossed the storm without being destroyed. But they know one thing for sure, you cannot be ignored anymore. Type Amen 999 to receive your blessing. They heard that doors which refused to open for you are now swinging wide. They heard that you are walking through pathways covered in favor and light. And they cannot bear the thought of you being remembered more than them. They tried to erase your story, but destiny rewrote it in golden ink. They tried to silence your voice, but your name is carried by winds beyond their reach. And now, every whisper of your rise tears their pride apart. You are the miracle they never believed would happen. You are the answer they thought was impossible. And their restless hearts cannot handle what you have become. They cannot escape it now, the memory of you has become eternal. They were about to forget, but heaven made sure your name will live on forever. Type Amen 111 to claim your blessing. My beloved child. They heard that you are chosen for something rare, something unshakable. The same ones who once overlooked you now wish they could be near you. But they are too late, for the hand of destiny has already lifted you far beyond their reach. Their whispers turn into silence when they see the proof of your blessings. They know that every attempt to erase you has failed. And now, they live with the weight of remembering what they tried to forget. You have become a story too powerful to silence. You are the flame they tried to extinguish, yet you burn brighter than ever. And your light blinds every shadow they once hid behind. The truth about you has spread like wildfire, unstoppable and consuming. They cannot undo it, and they cannot ignore it. You are no longer who you were before, you are transformed. Type Amen 222 to unlock your blessing. My beloved child. The story of you is no longer a secret hidden in the dark. They tried to close their eyes, but the glow of your rise is too radiant. They cannot run far enough to escape what they have heard about you. The whispers are growing louder, spreading from one voice to another. Even strangers are speaking your name with awe, as though they've always known you were destined for greatness. And those who once dismissed you now carry the heavy weight of regret. They heard that blessings are being poured into your life without limit. They heard that doors once bolted shut are opening effortlessly at your command. And this knowledge shakes them, because it proves everything they thought about you was wrong. They were ready to let you fade away, but heaven did not allow it. The story of your transformation has become too powerful to bury. Now, their hearts cannot rest, for your name keeps echoing in every direction they turn. Type Amen 333 to receive your blessing. My beloved child. Their silence has turned into fear, because they know the truth is undeniable. You have stepped into a place of honor that no one can strip away. And every time they hear of you, their own pride burns with shame. They heard of the miracles unfolding in your path. They heard that your name is being lifted higher than they ever imagined. And the more they hear, the more they realize they cannot stop it. The thought of you consumes them now. Even in their private moments, they cannot erase your image. Because what they tried to forget is the very thing destiny has made unforgettable. You are marked, chosen, and remembered in ways they cannot control. And this truth leaves them trembling, for they know they lost their chance to hold you back. Type Amen 444 to unlock your blessing. My beloved child. They heard that the battles you faced did not break you, they built you. They heard that every tear you shed watered the soil of miracles you are now walking upon. And the same ones who doubted you cannot look away from the results. They wanted you to remain the same, stuck in weakness, silent in struggle. But instead, you transformed into someone they can't even recognize. And that transformation has shaken the very ground beneath their feet. Every corner they turn, your name finds them again. Every silence they seek, your memory echoes stronger. They were about to let go of you completely, but destiny dragged your story back into their minds. You are no longer the one they pitied. You are no longer the one they overlooked. You are the one their hearts cannot forget, no matter how hard they try. Type Amen 555 to claim your blessing. My beloved child. They heard that you have been lifted into places where only favor could carry you. They heard that your presence now commands respect in every room you enter. And this revelation haunts them, for they never expected you to rise this far. They thought they had buried your name under the dust of the past. But destiny blew the dust away, leaving your story shining brighter than ever. Now they are forced to face the reality of who you are becoming. Every blessing attached to your life is being spoken of loudly. Every step you take toward greatness is noticed and remembered. And those who once erased you now see you written in golden letters. They cannot undo what heaven has already sealed. They cannot hide from the truth of your rise. And the more they hear of you, the more restless their hearts become. Type Amen 666 to seal your blessing. My beloved child. Their hearts are heavy because the truth about you refuses to stay hidden. They were ready to erase you, but every corner they turn, your name rises again. They cannot stop the flood of news carrying your victories forward. They heard that you are stepping into abundance beyond their comprehension. They heard that opportunities are falling into your hands like rain from the heavens. And with every whisper of your blessings, they feel the weight of regret grow stronger. The very ones who overlooked you are now haunted by your memory. They cannot escape the sound of your success spreading through the voices of others. You are the reminder they never wanted, but destiny refuses to silence. Every time they try to turn away, another message about you finds its way back to them. They were about to bury you in forgetfulness, but heaven lifted your story into eternal remembrance. Type Amen 777 to receive your blessing. My beloved child. They heard that you are no longer bound by the chains they once tied to you. They heard that you have been freed into a life they never thought you'd reach. And the more they hear, the more they realize their grip on you has been broken forever. Your light has become too bright to deny. Your blessings have become too vast to hide. And they stand in silence, unable to comprehend how the one they left behind now walks ahead of them. They wanted to silence your name, but now it is being spoken with honor. They wanted to forget you, but your story has become unforgettable. And their pride is shattered, knowing they can never take back their doubt. You are the miracle they never believed would bloom. And every word they hear about you is proof that destiny cannot be stopped. Type Amen 888 to unlock your blessing. My beloved child. They are restless because what they hear about you keeps growing bigger. Each new piece of news about your life feels like a thunderclap in their silence. And the more they hear, the more unsettled they become. They were about to forget you, but heaven kept your name alive. Heaven made sure your story would not die in the mouths of those who doubted you. And now, they cannot escape the truth of who you are becoming. They thought they could move on, but their own minds betray them. Every day, your name rises again like a melody they cannot stop hearing. And with each moment, they remember that you are not the same as before. The power surrounding your name is growing, and they cannot control it. You are living proof that destiny always wins in the end. Type Amen 999 to seal your blessing. My beloved child. They heard that you are walking into a season where everything changes. They heard that the struggles you faced are turning into breakthroughs. And that revelation leaves them stunned, because they never thought it would be you. Their whispers have turned into silence, their silence into fear. They cannot hide from the truth, they cannot deny your rise. And every blessing attached to your life feels like a storm they cannot outrun. You are remembered in places you have not yet entered. Your story is being told in rooms where your feet have not yet walked. And those who were about to forget you now carry your name unwillingly. Their regret grows like a shadow that follows them everywhere. Because what they tried to erase is now written permanently into destiny. Type Amen 111 to claim your blessing. My beloved child. They heard that your silence was never weakness but preparation. They thought you disappeared, but in truth, you were only gathering strength. And now, the very mention of your name carries a weight that shakes them deeply. They heard that you are walking into rooms that once rejected you. They heard that voices now celebrate you where laughter once mocked you. And each word of this truth pierces their heart like a reminder they cannot erase. They were about to forget you, but heaven made sure your presence would echo louder than ever. They tried to bury your memory, but the soil could not hold it. Your story has risen like a fire that cannot be extinguished. Their pride shatters each time they hear of your blessings. Their hearts sink as they realize you were never meant to be forgotten. And now, they are forced to face the undeniable truth of your rise. Type Amen 222 to receive your blessing. My beloved child. They heard that the pain you endured has turned into unstoppable power. They thought those scars would silence you, but instead, they became your crown. And with each step you take forward, the world is remembering who you are. They wanted you to remain invisible, but your light has grown too radiant. They wanted to turn away, but your name keeps reaching them like a calling they cannot ignore. And their regret grows heavier every day. They cannot escape the sound of your transformation. It follows them in conversations, in whispers, in the quiet moments of their own minds. You are the memory they never wanted, yet the truth they cannot deny. The thought of you consumes them more than they admit. Because deep down, they know what they almost forgot is now unforgettable. Type Amen 333 to unlock your blessing. My beloved child. They heard that your destiny has unfolded in ways they never believed possible. They thought your journey was over, but it has only begun. And their hearts cannot bear the thought that you were chosen for so much more. They heard that you are stepping into miracles faster than they can comprehend. They heard that every place of rejection is turning into a place of recognition. And their pride collapses under the weight of your rising. They cannot look away, for the evidence of your blessings is too clear. They cannot deny it, because your name is now tied to favor. And this truth burns them with a fire they cannot put out. They were about to erase you, but now they are forced to remember you forever. Their silence has turned into sorrow, and their regret has become their chain. Type Amen 444 to seal your blessing. My beloved child. They heard that your story has become a testimony too powerful to hide. They thought the world would move on without you, but instead, the world is moving because of you. And their hearts tremble each time your name rises again. They wanted you buried in yesterday's dust. But destiny lifted you into today's light. And now, your memory burns brighter than they could ever imagine. Their fear grows with every report of your blessings. Their regret deepens with every mention of your success. And their silence only proves how much they can no longer deny. You are unforgettable now. You are unstoppable now. And the same ones who tried to forget you must now live with the truth of your rise. Type Amen 555 to claim your blessing. My beloved child. They thought your memory would vanish like dust in the wind. Yet every time they try to turn away, a new voice rises to speak your name. The more they run, the louder the truth follows them. They heard that you are walking into unimaginable favor. They heard that wealth, joy, and recognition are flowing toward you like a river that cannot be stopped. And the sound of this truth shakes every false belief they once carried. They were about to forget you, but heaven placed your story in their path again. No matter how they try to erase you, your name returns with greater force. You are the reminder they can never escape. Your story has become etched into the air itself, impossible to silence, impossible to bury. The more they try to deny it, the clearer it becomes. And their hearts break under the weight of what they lost. Type Amen 666 to receive your blessing. My beloved child. They heard that your name is tied to miracles no hand can stop. They heard that what was once impossible for you is now flowing easily into your life. And with every blessing you step into, their regret grows heavier. They thought they had closed the chapter of your life forever. But